All right, travel episode. 2 weeks out, technically 1 week out from the first full marathon runs in the book. Let's just cut to all the stuff. We got more stuff to do. Be great. It is official. We are 1 week away from our first full marathon. Well, I'm technically 2 weeks away. By the time this video goes live, it'll be 1 week left till the full first marathon. As you can tell, it is a travel episode. I am in Chicago, Illinois, which means you know what's for dinner tonight. But before that, we gotta get this run in and a few other little weight things just to kind of stay consistent. Let's get to it, because I am starving. Pizza is delicious. Before you indulge in a deep dish pizza in Chicago, you must start out with a salad. Okay, it just makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, put a Caesar salad to start out. Wait till you see what's coming out though. Deep dish, all perfection. Oh yeah. Time to get serious. Let's get to it. Alright, so we are in Chicago Midway, and whenever I come through here, if my layover is longer than an hour roughly, I will typically go hide out in an area. Let me show you. So if you're flying through either the B terminals or the A terminals in Midway, it's really not that far of a walk. It's the A4A and 4 Bravo gates. Really, a lot of people don't know about it, but there's never anybody there. So typically I'll make my walk over there and just kind of enjoy a little bit of relaxation with nobody there. I can plug in all my devices, make sure we're going to charge the next flight. But it's right at the beginning of the A terminal. So even if you're flying B like I am right now, which I'm headed over to, highly recommend it. So day 3 of travels, I obviously am somewhere that I'm typically not, which is out in the middle of nowhere, but this is really exciting. I am in between Eugene and Bend, Oregon, heading to Bend to pick something up and then head a little bit north. But I had to stop, go to the bathroom, and of course it is absolutely gorgeous here. I am at the Willamette National Forest. Behind me you can see the winter recreational snowmobile trails. In fact, there's literally still snow on the ground. I'll show you in just a second, but I have to tell you, I've never been up here, never done this drive. Absolutely beautiful area. I can see why there are a lot of people who hide and live up here and don't want a lot of people up here. But a beautiful drive. If you've never had the opportunity, highly recommend it. But let's go to the snow. There's not a lot though. It's not really that impressive, but the fact that there is still snow on the ground is impressive. Look, snow. I mean, I guess there's enough to make a snowball, but pretty cool. If you look straight over there, you can see where the trees have fallen and kind of made a bridge with an overhang, so who knows what resides in there. This is one of the off-road trails they have out here. The sign does recommend, if you're going to do any off-roading, to make sure that you have a trail map with you, you know where you're going, have GPS. I absolutely agree with that. And the nice thing about the new iPhone and the iOS, the SOS does work up here. So if you do get lost and stranded, you're able to get a hold of somebody and your location is able to be transferred. Pretty cool feature. Anyways, I got a lot of driving to do tonight. We'll get some more footage of the drive, but we gotta go. So we're at the top of a hill in Bend, Oregon, and those are deer. Live deer. Alright, so I am headed back to Eugene from the Bend area. Unfortunately, I did not have a lot of time to do any running or any training on this episode, so I apologize for that. Just work is out of hand, but in a good way. Very, very grateful for that. Let's not be mistaken. On my drive back, though, I was passing through here on my way out, in fact, and I was like, God, there's so much beauty. Let me show you what I found. I had to make a stop here. This is pretty cool. How awesome is that? I'm sure you can barely hear me, but beautiful waterfall. And as you're kind of driving, you can tell there's got to be one somewhere as the road's dipping down low, but this is absolutely awesome to come see. And apologize if the camera's getting a little blurry. We are in the water wet zone, splash zone, for those who enjoy the SeaWorld environment, but absolutely worth a stop. I know this video didn't have a lot of training or running, especially in the areas that I am in, which are just, I mean, as you can see, absolutely amazing. And it absolutely stinks that, well, I had to work so much I couldn't take advantage of where I was at, minus the bugs biting my legs. But what I can tell you guys is, and I know there are a lot of people who have reached out to me who do a lot of traveling for work like I do, and don't get discouraged. There's a reason you see me on the treadmills a lot of the times when I travel, and that's basically because there's zero travel time to get there. I can change in my hotel room, get within a minute, I can be down in on the treadmill and just kind of get going and get my workout completed. Now, of course, I wish I could be out in trails like this, what you kind of see behind me, or when I was in Bend, run the river. There's beautiful trails there, so if you're ever there, just type in Riverwalk trails, and there's so many miles of it. But I wish I could have done that. Unfortunately, it didn't allow me to. So it limits the content I have. So that's why on my way back to the airport, I had to make a stop here, along with the falls, and yeah, just get a little bit of content here. I can tell you though, when you're here and you're camping outside, please pick up your trash. I'm just looking around, and there's some, some things out here, and these are one of these unregulated camp areas. Just do your part, pick it up, you bring it in, take it out. It's just the #1 rule. Put your fire out. Make sure you're not putting a fire right in the middle of the road. Just be responsible when you guys are out here enjoying nature. So it is Sunday morning, literally 1 week away from the Rock and Roll Marathon. And we've got to break these shoes in because you never want to do anything new. But we're going to do some hill work, just kind of get used to it. Right at about mile 22 is the hell hill of 163 that we're going to have to do. So good to get the hills in, lean forward, just take them on up. But let's get to work. Yeah, happy Sunday. All right, we got lap 1 done. Working on the next lap. Really not putting a lot of effort in per se. It's more of a taper time, so light work. I'm actually walking a majority of the uphill. Not because I can't run it, more or less because I'm not trying to smoke myself. Just kind of keep the legs going, keep the slow little, not necessarily development, but the work in, so that when we attack the hills, which if you've ever seen the course for the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon, it is full of hills, so gotta stay ready for those. But yeah, lap 2, let's get to it. right, so we are on our way up the hill. I do like to come around the hill, kind of keep the jog going just a little bit, just to keep that feeling, and transitioning the body, leaning forward into the hill. Just a preference. But now we just walk up it. Again, nice pace. I'm actually trying to keep a walking pace, a pretty quicker walking pace, I guess, quick. Keep a walking pace that, you know, if I succumb to that during the marathon, I kind of know, hey, this is my pace that I can rejuvenate, get my breath, so on and so forth. And yeah, I've pretty much got that dialed in, even, especially on a hill pace. So flat ground should be a little bit better. But yeah, let's get this done. Still have another lap. Golly gee. Well. That is going to wrap up this week's episode video. It is actually Memorial Day. It is Monday. And a big thank you to the service men and women and their families for the ultimate sacrifice that was paid for our freedoms, as today that is who we remember. We are extremely grateful for the ability to make the content that we are able to make, have the freedom of speech, be able to go out and share our views in a polite manner, and the ability to do so without recourse. With that being said, again, thank you very much for that. Very, very grateful. It is the end. We are in race week officially. It is Monday. A lot going on. I have a big appointment tomorrow morning. We're going to get into that in another video down the road. You guys will be privy to what's going on there with my so few changes I'm having health-wise. Number 2, Rock and Roll Marathon is 6 days away, and I am absolutely nervous. In fact, one of the pair of shoes that I thought I was going to run in, I went for a run yesterday in them, and I've ran before, and there's a little bit of pain that is coming from that. So we have had to actually kibosh that idea and jump back into our Saucony Endorphin Speed 3s. So we got another pair of those coming to us. Nothing negative about the shoe itself. It just didn't work for me. And we'll talk about shoes in another episode. But if you have yet to hit the subscribe button, do everything the circle is going to tell us to do, I would greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, all the fun stuff. Don't forget, this week coming up, the Rock and Roll Marathon is on Sunday. We'll already start filming tomorrow morning, as we've got to get our morning runs in. And yeah, we got a lot to do, so we got to close this video out. We'll see you this week.